Welcome everyone. Welcome to another Friday. Bit of a tough week this week, but yeah, I'll see how it goes tonight, but we'll see. Anyways, welcome. Sadly, my dog passed away this week, so that was pretty tough to just to just have that happen out of nowhere. But you know, there's not really much I can do about it. So it just sucks. It just really sucks, really bad. Anyways, welcome. Let's do that. So I'm just gonna do some sound design and see what happens. But yeah, if I'm a little bit quiet, you know why. Yeah, it's sometimes people say it's just a dog, but no, mate. It's like basically my biggest friend at this stage, to be honest. So yeah, it really sucks. Anyways, let's see. Let's just make some bass or something and see we can come up with something. Maybe we can do something with that. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's make this 2 bars. So this is the same length as this clip. And then let's just see. Yo, Budney. What could be cool? Got some more of those kind of sounds. Do we get in here? Wait, that's right. Oh fuck. Do we have an undo? Fuck me. I know where the other one is. What was it? It was somewhere in here. It was one of these. This one, I think. Yeah. Okay. We're back. Click the right one this time. Can we? Is that now still in the pack? No. Okay. It still needs an undo button? Yeah, I guess. I do like that sort of like bass sound. What if we make like I'm thinking about a sort of like a little pattern we can do. What if we do like a little calm response thing or something? Like we go minimal today. I mean, kind of sounds minimal at this point, so why not? I guess. Let's group that. Make ourselves a bit of a bass group for sidechain. But yeah, it definitely needs an undo, I guess, if it doesn't have that yet. Let's make a couple of drum things. Nope. We'll just do that for now. Hell, that one has a weird, really weird, sort of like, almost like frequency shifted sound, but doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, of course, pitch. This bass is F, so let's just do F here as well. Okay, now we can go in here and we can do that. Snare, do we have something that we can use? Maybe we'll just do a clap for now. Let's just search for clap. work. For now, at least. And then we can do that. Okay. Let's do the kick. Let's make that one a little bit better. Let's do a bit of that. Let's put that on the master tuning. Something like that, maybe. Let's try maybe adding a vocoder to this kick. I'm already doing a bit better though now. It was a lot worse earlier this week. Like, it was also, you know, it was tough this time as well. Like I lost dogs earlier in my life as well, but this one was different, you know. The previous ones, they basically just had a stroke during their sleep. So when they woke up in the morning, they were paralyzed and they just couldn't walk anymore. You know, when that happens, it still sucks, right? It's still just absolutely horrible. But then you're basically put into a situation where, you know, there is no other choice. Like I guess there was no real other choice now either, but you can see it, right, when that happens. So then it's literally just it's just really obvious, right? It's just like, yeah, this is not gonna, you know, this is not gonna work anymore. But this time that was, well, just different. It just felt different, right? Because he had cancer, so you couldn't really see anything when you looked at him, right? He still looked like his coat was still shiny. He still, even like when he just when he was inside, he would still play and stuff like that. But just going outside and just, you know, when he had to poop, it just didn't work anymore. It just, and that's when he had pain. So, you know, you're put into this position like, what are we gonna do? So we had to test it, of course, and stuff like that. But within like an hour, we got a call already that they basically, well, they couldn't really do anything. And then you're put into, well, in front of this choice, like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stretch it out with like medication and laxatives and stuff like that? But we also knew that our dog just, he never really dealt well with meds and stuff like that. It would always just mess him up even more. So plus, like, giving him laxatives is also not nice, right? Because then he's just gonna let everything go, which isn't great for him either, right? So at that point, it was just like, yeah, it's probably better to just say goodbye, you know. And that sucks. That sucks really, really bad. But yeah, you know, like, it's better this way, but still, it doesn't make it any easier. At least, you know, at least we know we've given a great life, and that's just nice to know, you know, that he's had a great life. He's always had people around him, and yeah, he's had nothing to complain. So that's good to know, you know. But still, it's just tough. It is absolutely, like, it is like losing a family member, totally. Like when I would feel down, or I would be sick or anything like that, like, he would notice it, right? And he would actually come up to you and be like, and he would sit right next to you and basically just comfort you, right? And you get a bond with an animal like that. So yeah. Oh. I used to have pet rats as well, growing up when I was a little kid. I used to have like a ton of different what are these animals called? Rodents. I had a ton of different rodents. I had hamsters. I had I had a whole bunch of these really tiny little hamsters. These tiny Russian hamsters. And I and I all called them Boris. They were all called Boris, I believe. Wasn't it? Let me check. Wasn't he? Exactly, yeah. They were all named after Boris Yeltsin because he was the president of Russia when I was a little kid. So they were called Boris 1, Boris 2, and Boris 3. And I also had a bunch of rats as well. I used to take one of my rats like to the skate park. He would just go into my pocket of my shirt, and then I would just go to the skate park. Radical rat. Yeah. Okay, we can do something with that. Let's make that 1/4, and let's put this on the global master tuning, and then I've set this to 1 shot, so this is now just gonna control the pitch at the start of the sound, so we could do something like that, and then we can back this down a bit. Well, I mean, get bigger speakers. It's also not loud enough, but that doesn't matter. We're just making a sound. Like, minimal drum and bass is one of those genres where it really cannot be appreciated well with, like, proper speakers. Like, I have the same problem here as well. If I listen to minimal drum and bass on my speakers, they're not too big, right? So if I want to get it to sound a little bit bassy or just a little bit decent, then I have to turn the volume up quite a bit for, you know, these speakers to actually start doing something at such low frequencies. So yeah, it is what it is. Actually worked pretty well like that. We aren't really using this thing now, I guess. I mean, a little bit, but happens if we do that, and if we then put this on here as well. Okay, can we do something cool with this sound? As long as we use this curve thing, we are not gonna mess up the original sound. Plus, I don't think that FM is really doing much to this thing, to be honest, when it's so low, so it shouldn't really matter too much. I mean, we can try it out. It does something, but not too much. So, but we do want to use this thing because it does do something, though. Only thing is, I would love to change this thing, but I guess that also does something to the sound. I mean, we can try. Oh, and that actually still sounds relatively the same, so let's just play around a bit with that one. Let's also maybe, if we hold Alt, we can move that to here, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Let's also maybe do a bit of a shape like this or something. And then we can use that on the position. That's being high pass now, yeah. Oh, okay, that's why it sounds like that. There is no reverb on the bass. Now if we can make that sound a little bit stronger, then we're basically there, I guess. Happens if we use one of these. Let's see, maybe with this one. Can we make definitely wants to be roughly around there. Ah, okay. Let's take this one down. Or maybe even take it off completely. Let's make another one. And then let's take this one off. That one. Let's grab this one. What? Oh, wait, I took off this one as well. Let's maybe it kind of works. Oh, we cannot do that? Oh, okay. Can you not modulate the phase in current? I mean, I guess with the spectral things maybe, but we already use those, so that's weird. I would love to be able to just modulate that as well. That would be great. I kind of want it to be a bit more. That's kind of cool. Maybe do pitch envelope at the start as well. It's not like we're really gonna hear that very well, but it might change the groove a little bit. Let's something like this. We'll just chuck that on here as well. We already have the curve thing, so it's not really needed, I guess, but let's just try it out, see what happens. See, it does kind of... I'm not entirely used yet to this drop-down thing, honestly. Like, previously you would just see multiple circles, or you would see one on the other side of the knob as well, or one down here. But now you get these drop-down things, and you just have to switch between the different modulations. That's something I haven't really gotten used to yet. Yeah, you mean here? I mean, that kind of works. Ooh, what happens if we... No, let's not go there. I do think still, I'm making another bunch of feature requests that I think would be good. Having an option here to send the filter directly out is definitely one of them. But or right here, I mean. Anyways, we got a bit of a thing going with that. Now what? Let's just keep it simple for that, and let's just do here. Another thing that they should add, the ability, instead of doing this, just click and drag up and down. That would be so much easier. Every time I click and then I think, oh yeah, it's a drop down menu, and I just want to click and drag up or down. It would make more sense, in my opinion, than having a menu. Little thing, but just we get something else. It's gonna be really distorted, but I wanna hear what we get with some distortion. So much stuff you can do with this. Let's go. Let's try. That you can do so much with it. Yeah, that's one of the great things, but it can also be a downside, right? It's good though. It's a great synth, but I'm not sure what kind of sound we want to do as a response to that. Maybe we should just make a bit of an intro as well. Man, I kind of want to have a vocal. Let's just go there for now. Do we have in here? Somebody was talking about Galaxy. Definitely need some extra sort of like percussion. Huh? It's actually an interesting sound. Okay, let me just chuck it in here. So we, it's F sharp, so we might be able to use it later. Something like that. Where's that folder? Because those seem to sound kind of interesting. Oh, I like that part. Can we... That works. That kind of works. Is there... I want to see if we can chop a piece out as a ghost hit somewhere. Maybe we can use that. I do wanna put it into a sampler real quick, or at least a sample track, or a MIDI track, because if I want to add some swing to the whole drums, then that makes it a bit easier to do that. Like, we can also replace that sound with something else. I mean, this one kind of works, but let's just move it here for now. That way we just get just the straight hats, basically. And we can just find any sound that has sort of like a more percussive kind of sound and layer that in here. Doesn't really matter. We can take something completely different. So we just do that, and then we find a cool sound. Like, this one works. Could even just chuck that one in this track. But I kind of want to see if we can find a different sound, maybe. That's also cool. Can we... Ooh, I have an idea. If I put that at -7.6, and then I duplicate this channel, and then I grab just one of these, do that, because that is in that sound, right? That's in that sound. If I now flip the polarity of this one, Ha 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 ha. I'm smart as fuck. Output of, we need to group these two. Group 11. Now we got the sound separate. I'm also hearing something else. Something is... there's still something left of that sound in here, I think. Or not. Oh, that was it. So I guess now I can just chuck you in here. Yeah. And then we can group that, and then we can try other ones as well by just chucking different ones in here and seeing what we get. Yeah, we kind of need a vocal in just a bit, I think. Something that we can put in front of here. That's gonna be something. Let's save. Let's maybe get started with a bit of an intro. 32 bars is probably enough for this kind of thing. So let's move this down to here. What kind of intro are we gonna do? Something not too spectacular, probably. Not too complicated. That'll probably work for the intro. And let's just normalize this head in here. It's gonna make it really loud, but we can just back that down. And let's then also... Yeah, that's what I thought. That doesn't need any... Sure. I think I want to add more heads there, but we'll see. Just a drone would be okay. Yeah, exactly. We just need something with a drone for sure. We could try Omnisphere. Although Omnisphere is, if we're talking about too much stuff, too many choices, then Omnisphere is definitely takes the cake. But it has a lot of great sounds. So what are we gonna search for here? Let's do Let's just do Atmos. Let's shuffle that thing. That's the one thing, because it has such a big amount of sound sources and sounds to use in the sample engine. Every time you shuffle this thing, you just get new things, right? So I don't even, a lot of times, don't even go through like a long list or something. I'll just go through the first couple of ones, and if I don't like them, I'll click shuffle again. Until I find something that I like. Let's just grab one and add a nice long note. On F, maybe. Let's just do that. I think we're gonna... Let's find... Let's grab... Gonna grab something else real quick. Let's do... I wanna find a chord. Studio or something. That's pretty low. Like maybe that sound in there. Let's just quantize that. There we go. And then let's add Omnisphere back. See if we can get like a nice sort of like pad going with that chord. It's basically just an F minor add 9 chord. But it sounds really nice. I love the sound of that chord. It's like super crunchy. Because of the fact that you have both G sharp and then G in there as well. Like, and you can voice it different as well. Like, you can have one higher maybe. Bring that one down. Kind of like it like this. And let's see what that does if we then add a cool little sample here. Let's just do all. Let's do let's just shuffle it. if I do that... Ah! What the fuck? Why the fuck is that an Omnisphere? What the hell? What am I supposed to do with that sound? Let's do Pat. Completely mono. Yeah, it's completely mono. But like a sound source that has some width. Why are they all so quiet? Be louder. Because the notes are so quiet? No idea why they're so quiet. Let's just add a utility. It's also a bit in my right ear. For some reason. Ooh, that one is actually pretty nice. That one is actually pretty nice. Why is the tempo different? 172, come on. Can we get the attack a bit less slow? Okay, let's bring this in a bit. Bring this up again. There we go. Okay, let's do pattern that does that, and maybe we want this filter to close a little bit over time. So let's do filter envelope, and we'll, how long is that? 11 seconds. Put that on 12 or something, and then we bring this up a bit. Maybe we even maybe we even do that. Let's just leave it like this for now. Some kind of noise or something at the start here. Base group a bit darker. There we go. You down. You gonna use this thing? Huh? I mean, let's see. If we do that, that's F. Let's grab a reverb. Huh? Okay. Weird. We can use that. Let's maybe add some noise here to the start. I mean, we can try current maybe. See if we can make some interesting noise thingy to start there. Let's go into here. Let's do sounds. Is there one factory noise? Red noise. Sure. I guess there's also a filter here, right? Somewhere? Yeah, here. Guess we can also use that. Okay, and then we want let's use the curve. How long did I make that? 8 bars? Okay, let's just do 8. We can do that, and then we can assign that to the level. And we can control that with this. And we can use this filter. Let's do low pass, maybe even more subtle. And that's gonna do a similar thing. So let's Alt and move that here. Let's do that. So start. Let's see. We need some reverb on this. Try Valhalla Shimmer maybe. Bring that down. Some feedback. 420. Let's give it a bit of Valhalla vintage verb as well. Bring that up a bit. Bring that up a bit. Bring it up even more. Okay, that's already running through it. Huh. Huh? That's actually quite interesting. If we just... I love how I'm spending a lot of time on this noise, but I was just like, yeah, that's actually kind of cool. I mean, works. Also works without. This one. Yeah, it's actually quite interesting how much control you have with these filters. There's still a couple of things though I would like to see in current, but it's becoming a really nice synth at this point. I'm definitely interested to see what more they're going to add. I have a feeling that we're gonna see more stuff here because of how much space there is still around every sort of like title. They're probably gonna make these smaller later again, and then we're gonna see more options. But the wave shift is kind of interesting. I haven't really tried it too much yet, but definitely seems really interesting. Like even on noise. That's of course because we have to dry wet down, but we can use this. We can... Anyways, that's good enough for the sound. Let's put that back. We don't really need that on here. And let's put that thing. I'll just put that on the macro. That. So we can turn it off if we want. So we just get regular noise like that. Definitely need another sound at the start. Not sure yet what, but do that for now. And gonna go and maybe bring you here. Can we... Wait, what does it sound like if I... This is already set to repitch. If I double this, that's kind of cool. We can... Might even do that here as well. And then replace the... and find a different shuffle. Let's see what this sounds like. Kind of works. So let's do that. And let's... Ooh, I have another idea. Again, I want to isolate something because there was some noise in the other one. In the regular speed, there was some noise. That. I would like to get that noise back. Let's see, this one right there. Let's put you on here. Let's duplicate you. Let's do that. Let's grab a utility. See if this works. It should, I guess. Flip the polarity. Group these two. Not exactly the same heads the entire way through, but if we grab that and then do that. Okay, so there's some other heads happening here. They're slightly different from the ones here. That's a shame. Otherwise we could have isolated that, but we can make some other noise that does the same thing. Doesn't matter. Could have, it was worth a try. Let's see, maybe we bring this sound in as well. Yeah, I definitely think we want that sound to be different. Needs to be a bit of a lower percussion sound, I think. Or at least lower than the one that we have. And we definitely want to have some kind of vocal thing. Does somebody have a vocal? Because I'm not sure if I have. Let's see. Are we gonna search for something? I mean, a documentary called The Human Body and the Brain. We're gonna find something in there? Let's go beyond the intro.
This young man's heart continues to beat, even while he sleeps.
Do we have a section without music?
Arnie can hear, too.
Ah, yes.
The digestion of last night's dinner continues.
What the fuck have we got it? I don't know what this is about, but...
Even while he breathes evenly, he breathes evenly. His blood pressure remains controlled.
Ooh. If it was something with, his blood pressure goes out of control or something, that could be, that could work. Something like that. But hey, maybe we'll find something in here, because this, the voice over sound is good. It has a good sound for the voice that we for sampling. We just need like a little tiny phrase, basically. That's what we need.
His blood pressure remains controlled.
I mean, that might even be useful, but...
He breathes evenly.
Again, that as well, but...
Regularly. The digestion of last night's dinner continues. Arnie can hear, too. And all these internal body functions are automatically controlled by a portion of his sleeping brain. Rhythmic electrical waves have been detected that...
I mean, that's a sample.
Rhythmic electrical waves have been detected.
It's just that it ends a little bit weird. Like, I'm listening to how the end of the phrase is really important when you're sampling a vocal, because that usually gives it, you know, it needs to sound right for it to work in front of a drop, if you get what I mean. So I'm just gonna, let's just go through a little bit further and see if we can find some more.
That move to and from and through the human brain. When a person sleeps, they might look like this. These tiny currents are electrochemical in origin, and their pattern changes as this same person fights toward consciousness. New things are happening. Information. New things are happening. In the form of sound from an alarm clock is arriving from outside his body, and this information must be ignored or acted upon.
Yeah, melodyne it, sure, but...
As Arnie becomes a little more conscious and alert, there is still a different pattern to the electrochemical signals in his brain. There is still a different pattern.
That part with pattern is also kind of cool. Let's just chop that out.
To the electrochemical signals in his brain.
I guess we can just do that.
As other portions of it begin to function. As he remembers, he was studying for a test.
That ends well too. So I guess this whole phrase has a couple of cool parts. Like these all end well. Like listen.
As other portions of it begin to function.
Right? That function ends really well. Like if you put that in front of a drop, like even just that word. It's just the way that the voice there ends in that phrase. Like if we just
As other begin to function. To function. To function. Function. As other portions of it begin to function. Function. To function. Function. Function.
let's just add some OTT to this thing. We definitely need to
Function.
get rid of some of the noise, but I'll do that in just, well, I guess I can already do that. Let me just do that real quick. Let me let's consolidate that real quick. Well, real quick, but turn that into a new sample. I'll quickly run it through iZotope RX and get some of that background noise out of there, because that background noise is pretty strong. That's a job that iZotope RX is good for. Yeah, nice. I still have a bottle of Coke. And if I'm correct, I should be able to just open this sample straight into RX by going here and clicking Edit. That should open RX. Okay. I have a bit of an older version though of RX, but it does the job. Okay, so let's go and find ourselves a section with just the background noise. This looks like that is just the noise. So let's do spectral denoise. And then we can click learn. And that has now sort of like captured it from this area, I guess. There we go. Or hasn't it? Why not? I mean, that should be the curve, so then we need to, let's see. How did that work again? Ah yeah, okay, so it is working. I just need to select the entire thing now. Okay, yes, now we can hear what it's doing. Wanna hear the voice? Yeah. Go further in the thing. Right there.
This young man's heart continues to beat.
And please do both sides.
This young man's heart continues to beat.
Okay.
Even while he sleeps. His blood pressure remains
preview?
controlled.
Ah, yeah.
He breathes evenly, regularly. The digestion of last night's dinner continues. Arnie can hear, too. And all these internal body functions are automatically controlled by a portion of his sleeping brain. Rhythmic electrical waves have been detected that move to and from and through the human brain. When a person sleeps, they might look like this. These tiny currents are electrochemical in origin.
I mean, that does the job
And
pretty
their
well.
pattern changes as this same person fights toward consciousness.
Okay, cool. So we can click render. Holy shit. My PC didn't like that. That should make it at least a lot cleaner. It still won't be perfect, but it's gonna be a lot better than what it was. Love those sign fits. Yeah, it's well, some regular viewers of my channel know where I get them from. There's this one YouTube channel, and it just I just exited out of my live streaming dashboard. Let me not do that. Just open up a new tab. There's this one channel called Periscope Film, and they basically just upload old films every single day, and they document all these old films, basically. Gallbladder surgery, you know, weird stuff. Cryopreservation, a video from 1972 about freezing your body or something, I don't know. Cryonics, yeah. So the Dream Makers. So already the title alone, right? It's probably gonna contain some samples in there. Like these old films have all these really interesting samples usually, and you know it's also old and obscure that you can just sample it and you'll probably be able to get away with it. Anyways, let's do that. So now we have something that sounds a bit less noisy.
He breathes evenly, regularly. The digestion of last night's dinner continues. Arnie can hear, too.
It actually sounds relatively decent. So then I can, if I just do save, because I turned it into a new sample, so if I just click save, then that should update in Ableton. Now we can just exit out of here. And the sample is offline. There we go. So that's if you never really use that feature, that edit button here, you can set that up in your settings in Ableton actually. I forgot where in the settings it was, but there is a thing in the settings somewhere. I believe, is it under plugins? No. Audio. There's something somewhere where you can select an audio editor and sample editor right there. So you just click browse here and then you just go to iZotope RX. You just find where it's installed on your computer and you just select the exe file of Isotope RX as your default sample editor, and then when you click the edit button in here in Ableton, it will automatically open the sample into RX. So it's pretty helpful. So now we have that. These probably won't have updated because these are still from the old sample. So let's just find.
There is still a different pattern. His blood pressure.
So I'm just gonna go through it real quick and see if which ones sound good.
This young man's heart continues to beat, even while he sleeps. His blood pressure remains controlled. He breathes evenly, regularly. The digestion of last night's dinner continues. Arnie can hear, too. And all these internal body functions are automatically controlled by a portion of his sleeping brain. Rhythmic electrical waves have been detected that move to and from and through the human brain. When a person sleeps, they might look like this. These tiny currents are electrochemical in origin, and their pattern changes as this same person fights toward consciousness. Fights toward consciousness. New things are happening. Information in the form of sound from an alarm clock
It actually denoised it pretty well.
outside his body, and this information must be ignored or acted upon. As Arnie becomes a little more conscious and alert, there is still a different pattern to the electrochemical signals in his brain as other portions of it begin to function.
Okay, let's grab that section, because that section is what we were using earlier. Let's just get rid of all of this. Chuck that here somewhere.
As other portions of it begin to function.
See, already we get something. And now we go, let's add an OTT. Now we can actually do that without the noise becoming unbearable.
As other portions of it begin to function.
See, we will bring some of the noise back, but...
As other portions of it begin to function. As other portions of it begin to function. As other portions of... As other portions...
We could also...
As other portions of it begin
just
to
do
function.
That.
As other portions of...
Okay.
As other portions of it begin to function.
Let's go and maybe add some overdrive as well.
As other portions of it begin to function. As other portions of it begin. As other portions of it begin to function. As other portions of it. As other portions of it begin. As other portions of it begin to function.
Cool. And let's go and play with the pitch.
As other portions of it. As other portions of it begin to function.
Let's go bring the Foreman down.
As other portions of it begin to function. As other portions of it begin to function.
As other portions of it begin to function. As other portions of it
begin to function. As other portions of it begin to function. As other portions of it begin to function. As other portions of it begin to function. As other portions of it begin to function. Other portions of it begin to function. Begin to function. Function. Function.
Let's I'm gonna go and look for some more.
As he remembers, he was studying for a test last night before he went to bed. And that this test is today.
Yeah, it works, but...
But after we know there are electrochemical signals in the brain, what do we really know about it? A model gives us some idea of how well protected the brain is. For in addition to the hard skull that surrounds it, a group of membranes inside the skull physically and chemically insulate it. A thin, transparent inner membrane hugs the surface of the brain itself. A tough outer membrane lines the skull, and a fluid between them actually buoys the brain up.
We're even getting taught something, guys.
And helps
Although it might be a bit outdated information.
and helps protect it from damaging bumps against the skull bones. Besides being well protected, the brain receives an enormous supply of blood, carrying nutrients and oxygen. About 15% of all the blood that leaves the heart rises up to the brain. In an actual brain, more than 100 billion nerve cells receive stimuli, decide what to do about them, and transmit controlling signals to all parts of the body. If we cut through the center of a human brain, we can locate general areas of control. The forebrain, or cerebrum, generally controls voluntary activities. Involuntary activities are mainly controlled both by the midbrain and the hindbrain. Arnie knows that it's in the mid and hindbrain that the beat of the heart and the intake of air are regulated, and the body's blood pressure stabilized. And the body's blood pressure stabilized. And the body's blood pressure stabilized. And the body's blood pressure stabilized.
Fuck, I should have cut it out and not done and just copied it. Now I forgot where it was.
Bumps against the skull bones that leaves the heart, rises up to the brain. In an actual brain, more than 100 billion nerve cells, all parts of the body. The human brain is of control. The cerebrum generally controls voluntary activities. And the hindbrain, that it's in the mid and hindbrain that the beat of the heart and the intake of air are regulated, and the body's blood pressure stabilized.
Right, so here we were.
And the mid and hindbrain can control quite elaborate motor responses too, without our necessarily ever being aware of them. Arnie can study for his exam with the front part of his brain, while the back parts control the many motor responses involved in chewing.
Come on, give us
once again,
a good vocal.
We can see where trunk lines of nerves connect the body with the brain. Always in pairs, many nerves carry stimuli between the various muscles and organs and the brain. For example, this nerve carries stimuli from Arnie's mouth. The presence of food there causes sensory impulses to move to the hindbrain, which then automatically sends motor impulses back to the various muscles involved in chewing and also to the salivary glands. As the food is pushed toward the back
blah, 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 blah.
to the hindbrain, then automatically sends out coordinating signals involved.
Let's move on a bit.
Coordinating signals then return to the appropriate muscles to move the food along. Breathing and blood
Yeah, this is all about food. That's not really that interesting.
nerves control facial muscles and report taste, and these coordinate balance as well as hearing. Such involuntary processes are coordinated in the midbrain and hindbrain automatically, continually, keeping our bodies alive, and usually without our being aware of them. Certain other involuntary body responses are coordinated in another important center. This lies deep within the forebrain, or cerebrum. It is a mass of extremely specialized tissue, the hypothalamus, with neurons sensitive to specific stimuli in the bloodstream. For example, some neurons of the hypothalamus respond automatically to the stimulus of a high level of blood sugar by turning the appetite off. Arnie, and that brings us to the brain's second function.
Yeah.
For the human brain clearly does more than just automatically keep each of us alive. As a human being, you know, consciously, that you're alive.
Really? Since when?
As a human being, you know, consciously, that you're alive.
Well, that's new. That's one weird fucking vocal.
You know, consciously, that you're alive. As a human being, you know, consciously, that you're alive. As a human being, you know, consciously, that you're alive.
Hey, at least we have a vocal. Fuck it. Bit much, but a bit much, Mr. Fox Stevenson. It works. It works. Yeah, so this one. Okay, also let's just are we gonna do this pattern, or are we gonna go and do something?
We're alive.
I don't like that one. So, are we gonna use this one like that, or am I just gonna go... Yeah, Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for that. Okay. Let's see if I have a nice percussion sound that we can use. I mean, that isn't D, but... Okay, let's find something else. Too big. I mean, I got a whole folder of percussion sounds here, so there's probably something in here that sounds interesting. Thumbs. What else do we have? Don't even know what most of these are. Yeah, I recognize that one. Like, which one of these are low? It's too low. Maybe I'll make something. What can work? That's way too low. What is that? D. Make it F. Yeah, I like rim shots as well. Or at least snares that aren't like your typical sort of like, you know, snare. Like ones that are a bit more like a rim shot. Especially for like minimal stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with that one. We can add a bit of groove into it. Let's add that at 1/8, right? No, 1/4. 1/4. Is that right? Then I want you to go. Right. Something like that.
As a human being, you know, consciously, that you're alive.
Focus so shit.
As a human, you respond to the stimuli in your environment, from cars to pretty girls.
What?
And these responses occur in this part of your brain,
Oh.
the forebrain.
Well, there you go, guys.
Further, you are usually conscious of these responses.
Who said that earlier?
Arnie responds to the school bus horn by turning his head and running toward it. For he's conscious of the fact that if he doesn't run, he may miss it. The decision to run for the bus is a conscious, voluntary act and occurs in the forebrain. But the coordination of the many muscles involved in running is unconscious. And the smooth blending of all the signals required is done in the mid and hindbrain. When the cerebellum of the hindbrain is damaged, as in this experimental animal, voluntary movement is still possible. The cat moves toward the food.
Oh, no, not a cat.
But there is little coordination of its muscles. The injured cerebellum is unable to do its job. The human cerebellum is dwarfed by the forebrain, the cerebrum, the center of conscious association of stimuli. It's this part of our brains that makes it possible for us to learn so many different things. What is the geography of this cerebrum? First of all, its outer layer is the gray-colored bodies of billions of nerve cells. This is the cerebral cortex, the gray matter of our brains. This cortex is convoluted and wrinkled, crowding a great number of these cell bodies into a limited space. If this piece of cloth were the cerebral cortex, Convoluting it reduces the amount of space it occupies without reducing its surface area. The bodies of these nerve cells form the topmost layers of both halves or hemispheres of the cerebrum. Below the cortex, fibers lead away from the cell bodies. And because these millions of nerve fibers are covered with a fatty insulator, myelin, they appear as a white mass. Along this section, many of these nerve fibers
Finding a good
cross
focus
over
always
from one
such a pain.
hemisphere of the cerebrum to the other, binding the two halves into... Within the white matter of the cerebrum is a smaller mass of gray matter, the thalamus, that perceives large external stimuli like a bump on the elbow. The thalamus helps coordinate our voluntary muscular responses to such stimuli. The thalamus is the hypothalamus, which, besides controlling blood sugar and other things, controls emotions. Emotions like fear, perhaps fear of not knowing the answer to these questions.
I thought we might get something cool, but...
Emotions like fear, perhaps fear of not knowing the answer to these questions.
But maybe we will.
Well, this one isn't too difficult. What are the major functions of the cerebral cortex? Much has been learned about the cerebral cortex through research with human patients undergoing brain surgery. This research is usually carried out by electrically stimulating portions of the exposed cerebral cortex. Such work has identified particular parts of the cerebral cortex that control particular functions of the body. That make up this band control the voluntary muscles of the... This area control the responses of voluntary muscles in the lower leg, muscles of the upper leg, that controls the muscles in the torso, controls the many muscles of the hand, and finally, an extremely large group that controls muscles. Running in a band alongside the motor neurons is the somesthetic area. The nerves in this area perceive stimuli from outside the body. For example, stimuli from the skin of the foot and leg and from the torso here. A large group of somesthetic neurons receives signals from the hand and arm, and another large group from the face, including the lips and tongue. Sight is perceived here. Environment in various centers controls voluntary responses to these same stimuli but the cortex does still more. Here's an example.
Here's an example. How many times I've heard that now? Jesus Christ.
This bottle with any number of liquids. Bitter tasting, unpleasant smelling medicine. Colorless, odorless water. Or an attractively colored effervescent soda pop. Arnie's cortex perceives these various stimuli, associates them with memories of the same or similar, then directs a particular response to them. Different stimuli find different associations, and different responses are produced. Association of stimuli with previous experiences stored in the cortex.
About to give up on this one.
And the unique thing about the human cortex is that it goes a step beyond just association of actual stimuli. For example, this to the cortex as the words stand for. So far as we know, only the human cortex is and written, called thinking. And so, to the crucial question,
the more you know, yeah.
memory is stored. Theory compares the cortex of an electronic computer. A variety of complex tasks on the basis of information that's stored within them, patterns on tape. Perhaps some similar kind of coding takes place in the chains of the cortex. Is the structure of the chains.
Yeah, fuck it.
As a human being, you know, consciously, that you're alive.
We'll just keep that for now. Fuck it. I'm thinking what we can add here. That's the question. This one is fine.
As a human being, you know.
Let's just mute the vocal or get rid of it because I'm sound like ass. It wants more hats, but better hats. Let's make some. So just to give the hats a bit more of a groove. Let's see. Sampler, addictive drums. Yeah, it needs something in between, and I'm not sure what. Kind of works. But what are we gonna do in between here? I also think we could maybe that controls that, which isn't really doing all that much, to be quite honest, but we just make that one bar. That honestly also works, so not really doing that much. I'm kind of hearing maybe something rhythmic, but let's see, let's grab another current. Let's just move that to a sine real quick and add a bit of a pitch envelope. Why is it so soft? Okay, whatever. Let's see. Okay, let's mess with this thing. Let's find something cool in here. Wavetables. Make a variation of the main bass pattern. I guess that's possible. It's maybe a good idea, actually. Just make a copy of this one. And then just put this here. Okay, so we have, let's see, we have a lot of things controlling that, but this is controlling the first part, so let's just move a couple of these down. Okay, so we do need this one. Don't really like it. Something else controlling the pitch as well. Yeah. That. No. Ah. That's controlling the pitch as well. Yeah, okay. Let's... There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Which one is that? 1 and 5. Find a different wavetable maybe. I think I'm just gonna do that. Wavetables. Let's go right here. Yo, Angelite, welcome. I'll switch to that one for a moment. Be back in just a moment. Like, I wanna just make a little step here, because I do think there, if we have a step right here, that could be really nice. In that spot. So, we just need to find a nice sound. So, let's... Basic. Let's see. Let's just loop that section real quick. Envelope. Let's make it. Oh yeah, you also have this, right? One-shot mode. Probably better for pitch envelope. Not sure if it really matters, but the chomp bass is like a little gremlin doing a little yeehaw cowboy kick while jump roping, lol. Really? I mean, I do like the sound of it. It's a bit of a kind of a nice old school kind of sounding bass, or minimal kind of. There's a kick there, right, or not? Yeah. So kick hits right here. So let's just cut that note short there. And now we just need to make a nice patch for this. So I want to have a waveform that's maybe not one of the distorted ones. Something a bit more cleaner. Let's just go back to here and let's just do shuffle. Oh, no problem, yeah. I'm just gonna try and find something cool. Make something cool. Let's just go to the factory analog. Where is it? Factory analog. There we go. go out of there. Try something else. Oh, that's weird. Try that, adding that in the other one. Let's see what we can get. Let's do some. No, let's do that. Let's just. See if we can create something weird. Which one is this? I wish there was an easier way to see which modulators control what. It's 4, but you have to right click it. Like, it would be nice if you would hover over this, or if you would hover over this, that it would sort of like show up, like kind of like what Phase Blend does, for instance, where when you hover over one of those modulations, it shows the line that pops up going to the modulator it's connected to. Something like that would be really great to have, because that way you would just be able to go doot, and it would, or maybe that this gets, I don't know, like maybe a little glow or something appears around this. That sort of like really subtly pulses or something, or I don't know, something like that. Or it really subtly does something. Like, it's already, you know, when it's highlighted, it gets a bit of a brighter color, but it would be nice to somehow see that connection. But it's this one. Okay, so we can then Why am I always... Oh, of course, because the data is still up. That's what we need. Now we can... I mean, we don't have to use FM. What if we just... And now we can start messing with this one. And we can also turn that off so that we don't have the fundamental in there. Not running through the filter, so... Find a different wavetable. Okay, let's go out of this back. Go to here. Ain't the kick too loud? No. And even if it is, doesn't matter at this point. What can be cool? Wait, maybe... I also wish, that's another thing, that you could filter out drums, for instance. Just be like, I don't want any drums, or I don't want any vocals. instead of just being able to select like I want this kind of thing with the filters. It would be nice to also be able to just do like maybe like an alt click on one of the filters, and that would make it so that that thing is not included. Okay, I'm just having a whole bunch of ideas for current still, and I'll forward them to the guys of Minimal Audio. What could be fun? It does work. Oh yeah, they also added that. That's also gonna. I think the pitch is alright. Yeah, that could work. That. Smash that through some distortion. Gonna make it really loud, but that's what we want. I'm gonna think, are we gonna do this, or are we just gonna use 2? That could be more interesting maybe. Or we could do that. Just have maybe 5, bring the width down. And let me just back this down a bit. It's a shame that another thing that you cannot sort of like, when you have the random phase at 0, there's no way to sort of like give the start position of the phases a bit of a bias offset, which you can do in Serum and you can also do in Phase Blend. That would be another thing I would love to see in Current. Just have like, because there's plenty of space here, right? Like, sure, they have these fancy little whatever they are. They don't even do anything. They're just little dots in the, just whatever. It's just a graphic design thing. Move that a little bit to the right and you'll have space for another knob, or just remove it, you know? And then you have sort of like space for a knob to sort of like give the start position of the voices a bit of an offset, so that they don't all start in the same place, so that you don't get that really lasery kind of sound. but still have them locked in that position so that you don't get this where every time it hits, it sounds different. Sometimes the first part sounds stronger, other times it doesn't, and that's just when the phases align in a way that makes it sound nice, right? Especially when you have like another oscillator in there. If we start adding another one in there, you'll start hearing that even more, because sometimes it'll just sort of like align well, and other times it will just align in a way where it cancels each other out. And then it can be really nice to be able to lock that position of where they start. Faceplant or Serum just does it in a really weird but weirdly clever way that I've never seen anywhere else, and it's such a helpful thing. But you could do a similar thing here with like an offset or like a bias control or something, so that when the random is down, you can still control sort of like, I don't know, just have like a control that when you turn it up, it just, instead of having all the voices start here, it just moves them around so that they start at random positions, and then you don't get that really lasery sound. But because the random is at 0, it will still be consistent every time you hit a note. And that is really powerful, especially for bass sound design. Because a lot of times you want things to be consistent, right? And especially with like Reese's and stuff like that, or at least basses that use unison or phase cancellation, right, to achieve the sound, then it's really important to be able to control that. Most of the times you can control it by just, as soon as you're happy, just bouncing the thing to audio, and then just chopping whatever part out that sounds the best. But as plugins get better and better, it would be really nice if plugin manufacturers start adding such a thing into their plugins, so that, you know, you don't have to do that bouncing step. You can just keep things running in real time. And I'm sure if I tell them this, they're gonna work on it. I'm 100% sure. So that's another one for the feature request list. Let's just load up something. Yeah, I'm just sending them a whole list of things. Wait, there was also these ones. These could be pretty nice. These have like some weird shit. Pretty nice for FM and like other things. Let's do that, and let's do that, and that. What else do we have? Just go to all. Let's just do that. Let's just go. It's pretty powerful for respace actually. Because you can also just take like a saw and just completely break it apart. Like, obviously now it doesn't reese because we need that FM, but if I just do that, we get that movement already. And then with these spectral tools and such, you can just break a saw wave completely apart. And get all these weird, so like sounding reese tones, which is kind of interesting. Or you can just... Can we... Well, we got the followers, but is it... see? It doesn't see like any movement. Like, it would be so nice if you could somehow like it's possible with an LFO, but you would have to sort of like fine-tune it and find the same sort of like speed to get this to work. But maybe if we do a curve and unsync it, but because it goes to a higher note, then it speeds up, right? So that's basically impossible unless a lot of fucking work. So it would be really nice if it was a way to sort of like have that movement that you have in your reese, so like, and then copy that speed over to an LFO. That's gonna be super hard to achieve, but oh boy, that would be so helpful. So that you could move, for instance, this at the speed at which the movement happens now, because the phase cancellation between these two, which is, I don't even know how you would want to start to try and achieve that, but I mean, I don't make a plugin, so they've achieved other things that I was like, wait, how? Heat track the LFO speed. Yeah, exactly. It's possible, but it's a lot of fucking work. Which I don't fancy doing. Why is it so quiet, by the way? Now, sometimes it might get really loud, so I want to be cautious a little bit there. Ah, because the output also changes. Can we lock that as well? Hey. Lock. Choose, because this is the one that I use for the fine-tune speed. Let's use this one. Why is it buggy? Come on. Let's just chuck randomize on. And let's put this on 2 bars. And I'll just chuck that on that. Just chuck you on here. And then we lock this so that it doesn't change, because then we can just do that and we get different things. We can just try out a bunch of things. First one actually worked, but forgot what it was called, so can I maybe do 50% random? There we go. There. pretty nasty thing going. Let's try a couple presets. Can you also lock that? No. Ah, that's a shame. That's a bit of a shame. Let's do that then. So changing this morph EQ is now really changing how it sounds. So downside of that is that the sub won't have any movement like it will have when it comes from here. So let's just go back here. And Yeah, I don't really like the sound of this one. That sound. I also think I'm gonna stop streaming, guys. I just kinda done. But I did have some fun today, and that is the most important thing, because I needed some how do you call that? How do you call it when something bad happened and you just need your mind to be somewhere else? But I don't know. I can't come up with the word. um. I'll be back again though next week. So yeah, so that would be I guess diversion. Not really the right word. No. No, I can't come up with it. Whatever, doesn't matter. Anyways, thanks for being here though. I'll be back next week, Friday, around 8:30 to 9 p.m. Amsterdam time. Distraction, right? That's it. That's the word I was looking for. I needed some distraction. Like, my mind is not entirely here still, but it's not like I can change anything about it, you know? Situation is just shitty, and it is what it is, but yeah, it's still shit. That's basically it. There's no other way to describe it. So thanks for being here. I'll be back next week. I'll be in the Discord afterwards, so if you aren't a member yet, then join. Use the link in the chat. I'll drop it in there real quick. And come on. And if you wanna get samples and other things, I obviously didn't post the impulse response on Patreon because what happened last week with the dog and all that stuff that happened. So I will try and post the impulse responses that I made for like Atmosphere and stuff like that. I'll try and post those maybe this week or something. I'll see. I just didn't have any fucking. Well, I just didn't want to do anything, so that's basically it. So those will be available on Patreon. So if you want to support me, that's the best place to do that. You did the right thing, yeah, exactly. But it still doesn't make it much easier, to be honest. Anyways, thanks for being here, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.